It was 2025, and Donald J. Trump was back on every screen in America. From Fox News to TikTok, his voice echoed louder than ever. Despite court cases, media bans, and the fallout of January 6th, the 45th president had done the unthinkable, staged a full-blown political comeback. But something was different this time. It wasn't just Trump's energy or his signature MAGA rallies. It was the environment. America had changed. Deeply. Artificial intelligence was no longer some Silicon Valley pet project. AI was making movies, replacing news anchors, designing buildings, and even generating political speeches. And at the heart of this revolution was VEO 3, Google's latest video AI that could turn a single sentence into a fully cinematic, high-resolution video. Trump noticed. At first, he mocked it. "We used to have real directors," he joked at a rally. "Now they just type a paragraph and get a movie." Sad. But behind the scenes, his advisors were warning him. AI wasn't just about art, it was about control. And VEO 3? It could generate persuasive political ads in seconds. It could simulate his voice, his opponents, and even twist narratives in real time. In the hands of the wrong people, or even big tech, it could be a weapon. Trump didn't like that. Not one bit. As the 2026 elections drew near, Trump's team was scrambling, not just to gather votes, but to compete in a digital war unlike anything seen before. Opposing candidates were already using AI to craft micro-targeted video ads using tools like VEO 3, with dynamic visuals that morphed depending on who was watching. Trump supporters in Florida saw family-first patriotism. Liberals in New York got economic policy breakdowns, AI generated in real time to match their values. The battlefield had moved beyond debates and TV ads. Now it was algorithmic perception warfare. And Trump? He was furious. "This is propaganda like we've never seen. The tech elites want to replace your voice with their machines." "We're not going to let it happen," he declared in Phoenix, his voice booming across a crowd of 25,000. But the problem ran deeper. One video, completely AI-generated, went viral overnight. It showed Trump allegedly making racist remarks, entirely fabricated by VEO-like tech. No humans involved. It took his campaign 2 days to prove it was fake, but by then, the damage was done. The internet had turned into a battlefield of illusion. In the chaos, some creators took advantage. With tools like Bybit and Axiom Trade, they launched politically themed meme coins, Trump Coin, AI 2026, and even banned by VEO, profiting from online hysteria. The lines between truth, technology, and tokens had officially blurred. And Trump? He was about to make AI his new #1 enemy. By the time summer hit in 2026, Donald Trump had made up his mind. This wasn't just a campaign. This was a war against deepfakes, data dictatorships, and digital manipulation. And in his eyes, VEO 3 was enemy #1. At a massive rally in Texas, he unveiled what his team was calling the Digital Bill of Rights. It included things like a national watermark system to verify human-made content, banning AI-generated political ads,
criminal charges for spreading deepfake misinformation. But it was what he said next that broke the internet. "I will ban VEO 3 from all federal use. I will push Congress to regulate Google, Meta, and any AI company that threatens the American mind. This is not freedom. This is mind control." The crowd went ballistic. Within 24 hours, clips of the speech went viral, ironically edited and captioned by creators using VEO 3 itself. Memes exploded.
Trump versus Terminator. The MAGA Matrix. Even liberal creators started using the trend for clicks. Everyone had a take. Everyone had content. But the noise was deafening. Meanwhile, inside Silicon Valley, engineers and CEOs were panicking. Trump wasn't just going after AI. He was declaring war on their entire business model. While Trump rallied his base with anti-AI rhetoric, something strange began to happen. The public wasn't entirely on his side, especially not Gen Z. To them, VEO 3 wasn't a threat. It was freedom. Freedom from Hollywood. Freedom from gatekeepers. Freedom to create without permission. Young filmmakers, artists, and even political satirists began pushing back. One creator made a full 10-minute political short film using VEO 3 that mocked Trump's AI ban, calling it a war on imagination. It racked up 8 million views in a week. Online influencers were launching entire brands using AI voices and avatars. Music, storytelling, product ads, everything was shifting. Some even launched AI-themed meme coins through platforms like Axiom Trade, profiting from the growing AI vs government drama. And it wasn't just the left. Libertarian conservatives, usually aligned with Trump, began splitting off. They argued that government interference in AI development was just another form of censorship, that the free market, not regulation, should decide the fate of VEO 3. The country, once divided by politics, was now dividing along ideological lines over artificial intelligence. Trump's war on VEO 3 had ignited a cultural wildfire, and he wasn't about to back down. In January 2027, Trump took the boldest step yet. He proposed the AI Regulation and Sovereignty Act, nicknamed the AI Act of 2027. The bill aimed to ban the use of unverified AI content in political campaigns, force companies like Google to register and report all AI updates with federal agencies, ban VEO 3-generated content from being used in education, journalism, and public service announcements. On stage, Trump thundered, "America was built by humans, real people, not robots, not scripts, not code. We will not become a synthetic society." His supporters roared with approval, but behind the scenes, tensions were boiling. Tech lobbyists immediately launched a $300 million counter-campaign. Tech YouTubers and digital creators began organizing protests. Universities, media outlets, and even some churches publicly opposed the act. And in an unexpected twist, several moderate Republicans refused to back the bill. "This isn't about protecting Americans," one senator said. "It's about control." Trump doubled down. He claimed VEO 3 was being used to create fake protest footage. His team even alleged that AI-generated voices were impersonating him online, calling it the greatest threat to democracy since fake ballots. Fact-checkers couldn't keep up. The line between real and fake had officially shattered. In response to the AI Act, tech giants revolted. Google suspended updates to VEO 3 in the US. Meta paused AI-generated content testing for US elections. Dozens of AI startups began exploring relocation to Europe and Southeast Asia. Suddenly, the US tech landscape started to feel quiet. Innovation froze. Creativity stalled. The same creators who once flooded YouTube with VEO 3-generated documentaries and films stopped uploading. And that's when the economy took a hit. Billions were tied up in the growing AI ecosystem. From startups using VEO 3 to generate ad content, to traders building hype-based meme tokens tied to AI tools via Axiom Trade, to platforms like Bybit, where young investors speculated on AI-themed coins, it all started collapsing. One YouTuber tweeted, "I made $600,000 in 2026 using VEO 3. Now I can't even post without risking demonetization." Another creator posted a farewell video, AI-generated and auto-narrated, ending with, "We weren't ready to be gods, but we were learning to be artists." Trump's approval rating soared with his base, but among the tech-savvy youth and entrepreneurial class, he had become a villain, the man who killed the future. As the US cracked down on tools like VEO 3, other nations accelerated. China released Keelin Vision, an AI video model trained on billions of surveillance clips capable of simulating entire protest scenes with chilling realism. India launched Sutra, an open-source VEO 3 competitor focused on education and political messaging. The EU declared AI a digital human right, giving citizens full control over AI tools. and welcomed American startups with open arms. By late 2027, VEO 3 had been fully relocated to Ireland. The company rebranded as V3 Labs Europe and resumed rapid updates. Meanwhile, in the US, a black market for AI content exploded. Underground creators were selling VEO 3-generated videos via encrypted groups. One user posted, "VEO 3 is the new Napster, and Trump's just playing catch-up." At an emergency summit, Trump was asked, "Are you falling behind in the global AI race?" His response, "We don't need artificial intelligence to be great again. We've got American intelligence." But deep down, his advisors knew the truth. The world had moved on. AI wasn't just software anymore. It was a geopolitical weapon, a currency, a culture engine. In a rare, somber address in early 2028, Trump stood at the podium in Washington, D.C., his voice unusually calm. They said, "I stood in the way of progress. Maybe I did, but I stood for something real, for a country where kids grow up to be creators, not creations." He paused. "But I also see now, the future won't wait." That night, Trump shocked the world. He reversed part of the AI Act, allowing regulated use of VEO 3 and similar tools under strict American oversight. Google, Bybit, and dozens of others publicly applauded the move. Axiom Trade launched a new Made in USA initiative, tying meme coins to verified VEO 3-generated content. Traders came back. Creators came back. But something had changed. Trump had survived the storm. But the world he tried to freeze had evolved beyond him. He wasn't the ruler of the future. He was now just a character inside it. Sometimes real, sometimes rendered by code. And as the screen fades to black, one last message appears. This video was generated in part using VEO 3.